they have a much more, you know, group feeling. Where we come in, like Vic will record all his stuff, and I won't have seen him for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'm doing a scene with him. So he and I get our buddy time in on cons. So I'll see him at a con, and he'll see me and draw mustaches on my pictures, and I'll draw goatees on his. We're like Simon and Simon.
They have a healthy relationship.
We have a healthy relationship.
Michelle.
Yes.
Was it like were you and Johnny would wash on Bleach?
Yeah!
Johnny's the bomb.
He is.
He really is.
I threw my panties at him one time.
Not an uncommon reaction. What?
It's Calgary. Yeah, pretty much.
He's extremely talented, and
I heard you were funny and wild.
yeah, I mean, he's great. We were in Toronto together a couple of years ago for a convention, and we had a blast. You know, he can be shy at first with people, but he's just such a nice guy and just lovely to work with. I mean, we don't often, it's the same thing, we're not in the booth together, we'll see each other in passing, and, you know, it's just like, hey, hi, oh, blah, 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 okay, see you later, you know.
I try to, when I'm around him, I try to make the putty sound around him to shock him back and put him in fight mode as a Power Ranger, but he doesn't like it.
Power Ranger ones.
Envy.
I was wondering, since we won't get to hear Link until the DVDs come out in late August, would you do a line for us?
Yeah.
Yeah! Please!
Is that what this is? You have it on, did you record it?
No, I gotta write the line first, so.
Just to write the Ling.
You know what, I won't write it, I'll make it.
You're the running away after trashing the town.
Oh, yeah.
No speak English! But yeah, that role's a lot of fun. I don't often get to, the director of that show, Mike McFarlane, I don't often get to do a lot with him. So it's fun to get in there, and he really, really cares about that show. I mean, we'll come in and get something like 7 or 8 times, and he loves that show. So rest assured that it's in good hands.
Can you do Rukia's voice?
Rukia.
Rukia, yeah.
Rukia? Yeah. Everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah! Please do!
Do the voice, do the voice, do the voice.
Whip hand that goes.
Dance, monkey, dance. Let's see.
I do not need to be
What?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
I sense spiritual pressure nearby. Bakuro! Number 9! Strike! It's hard. It's like when
It's
you're
different
really,
when you're not in front of the mic with the cans on.
yeah, with it, like in the zone.
Like sometimes I'll be at my, we'll have family gatherings at my house when we're not being dysfunctional, and my family, some family members will be like, so what are you doing nowadays? Like what's going on? And I'm like, oh, voice acting. I do these cartoons and video games. And they're like, well, do a voice for us. Do it. I go, Uncle Mark, it's not, you know, it's kind of very similar to this voice. It's the character that you take on and stuff. They're like, do it. Hey, everybody, come on in here. Ask me to do a voice for us. And I usually end up like pushing the refrigerator over or something to distract. All the food's out everywhere and the children are crying.
And this is when you're not being dysfunctional.
Yeah. So, usually on Mondays and Wednesdays.
She's looking right at me.
It's in,
Todd, can you do Hikaru's voice from Ouran High School House Club? He's like, fuck you.
right, Uncle Mark. so many people here, why don't we play the Which One is Hikaru game?
Yep.
I'm sensing my urge to be yaoi riffing.
Jason.
That would be you, Crazy Todd. What is your favorite anime character voice?
Favorite anime character to voice is Kaoru from Sergeant Frog. That little bugger, that little amphibian just rocks my world because he is. I'm able to do a voice that I never get to do. And like when I auditioned for that show, there was how do you look at an animal and be like, yeah, I know what voice to put in there. Like I had no clue what to voice for this frog. And so like Rena Palencia came up to me, and she was Eye and Hell Girl, and she's Tony Chopper from One Piece and stuff. She came up to me and she said, you should audition for this show called Sergeant Frog. And I didn't know about this show. And there's a lot of history with this show. Apparently ADV had it like 5 times over, and Vic was Kaoru before I was, but they could never get it into production. And so when we got it, I took over that role. And but before that, she said you should voice one of these frogs. And so all my life, my voice has been made fun of by like children, adults, men, women, old people.
Oh, that's so
And
mean.
so, since I was a little kid, they just make fun of my voice all the time. And I had a vocal coach, this Shakespearean teacher. She was my vocal coach. And she said, your voice is way back here. You need to push it forward. You need to get the nasally out of it. But the thing about it is, if you've ever heard the Vietnamese language, that is a nasal language. So that's why it's built in like that. That's what's under my hood. Like I've got the mechanics for that. So when I'm like at a restaurant, so you're talking in Vietnamese language, it's very nasally. So that's like my uncle died. He's like, that dog got a big head right there. That's what he calls my dog. It's a dachshund lab mix. He goes, that dog got a big head. Like, so it's a very nasally voice. So this one time, it came in handy with Sergeant Frog, and then it became this, and so it's like, Handsome Kaoru presents Otafest 2010. So I was going to do that, and so I love that role. Bingo.
The scale on the back, yes.
Yes. Do you ever have weird dreams about your characters, like either of you? Just like really weird dreams about characters you're playing or in the past?
Probably. Is that what that was? When I first started doing anime and looping and stuff, I would hear beeps, like I would dream, like, because you get 3 beeps in your headphones before you record. It's like that beep, beep, beep. I would hear that in my sleep.
I've not had an anime dream or a recording dream, but if I do, I will blog about it. Oh, well. Well, I said I'd blog about it, I will blog about it.
This gentleman in the...
What's your marketing director, especially for Funimation, the fact that with Shuffle you voiced ECB, correct?
Yes, sir.
Volume number 6, why did they include women's underwear with the word God in it?
Why did it include that?
Why did they include that?
Well, what happened with that show, we did not expect it to do what the numbers that it did. We thought that it was going to sell modestly, and so we didn't release a box set for it. Well, we were noticing that the show was selling very well. And so Antamir, who designs our boxes, he said, I'm going to come out with a box set for it because people have been requesting it and they like the show so much. And so the God panties come in because one of the characters wears those God panties. And I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of female exploitation in anime. And so I guess, I suppose it was to tap into that panty market. And that's why. But it was awesome because we were pleasantly surprised that the show was selling well. So we wanted to do something. So we're like, we could give them a coupon for 25% off for another box set or panties.